Welcome into a special edition of the M&M Show. We're back like we never left.
Yep.
Maddy Glab alongside our guy Micah Hyde. And this is a super special episode because we're kind of sending the M&M Show off.
Yes.
And that is because our good friend Micah Hyde is on to bigger and better things, which means this man is ready to play this season.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back out there. You know, it's tough. I would love to be doing this all season again. We had some good shows, some interesting some guests to come on. We had a lot of laughs, but yeah, you know, I get paid to play football.
Yeah.
Not to
not to hang out with me.
Yeah,
he doesn't get paid for this.
Yeah,
so we've got to focus on the task at hand. Week one is right around the corner. How freaking excited are you to get back out there? The last time you were out on the field was what, week two of last year?
Week two, yeah. I mean, it felt good to be out there for the preseason games. Obviously, it's not you know 100% football and taking all the snaps, but so excited. I'm trying not to get too excited too soon because I know once Monday night comes, I'm going to be just on a whole nother level.
All over the
so I'm
place.
trying to just savor it and but I'm glad that game week is upon us right after this weekend and watch some college football and then it's time for the NFL to get going.
And then it's game week. So yeah, Micah is too busy this year to do something like this every single week. He may pop in here and there because we've got something exciting coming up for you guys that is kind of going to take the place of the M&M Show. So we'll reveal that later on. So he might be around a little bit, but the most important thing here is getting into week one and getting into the season. Yeah. But you know what? We've got to start off with a fit check like we always do because we had some guys that decided to dress it up a little bit for the preseason.
They always do.
So I want to go through a couple looks. I was, I don't pay attention to preseason looks as much, but I was checking out some of our guys heading into a few of the games and I was like, wow, we're already back at it. We're already here.
It's a different mindset with these guys.
So let's go to the Bears game. This was our final preseason game. We had 2 away games this year. We had 1 home game this year. The 1 home game was the Colts, and Stefon Diggs was just doing his thing.
That's what he does.
He had a nice fit on. He had, I think those are Lowe's jeans. Pretty expensive. Loved the little sweater and the bag to match and bring it all together like that. And then I also loved Tim Settle's pants. Yeah. The blue, the pop of purple or pink, whatever color that is. It's a little bit yellow too, I think. So those were my 2 favorite looks.
Steph's always going to be up every single week. We know that.
We know that.
He's big into that.
Preseason, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that when the season's over to when the season begins, he's in Paris doing some fashion. That's what he does. So you gotta love to see it. He's gonna be up there every week. And then Tim Sells, I love the pants, the pop of color. Tim's been up there a few times.
Tim's been up there a few
I think last year had a shirt off, didn't he?
Yeah.
The D-line had their.
That was Boogie Basham.
That was
Boog.
Shirt yeah.
We miss you, Boogie. We miss you. And then he had like a shirt with some like blueberries on it or strawberries.
It was something like that. So he's made it a few times, but it's good to see Tim Time up there a few times.
So let's go to the Steelers game because that was D-Ham's game to come home to see all his family, to see all his friends.
I'm so happy for D-Ham, man.
He played at Pitt, so it was amazing to see him back at home, see his family cheering him on, seeing a bunch of friends cheering him on. So let's take a look at what Gabe Davis, Trey White, and DeMar Hamlin had to wear.
Gabe Davis is up there?
Gabe Davis is up there.
Let's see what Gabe did. I don't really see Gabe putting too many fits. Okay, Gabe.
So Gabe had the fit. I loved the shirt. The bucket hat was just the perfect ad, I think.
Yeah, I like it.
We've got the nice light pants.
With the Asics shoes,
got some
okay.
Asics,
and then you got
TY. I think that was a Louis bag that he had too.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Louis.
And we always joke about Tre'Davious White and how he likes to dress it down, but when he wants to try,
he can dress.
Yep. And so I saw this and I said, you know what, Trey, I like the fit. I like the sweatpants suit that you got going on. It looks good. You get a taste of the when I want to dress well, I can put it on.
For sure. Tre'Davious, he definitely can. I see him sometimes we'll go to, our DB dinner or something like that, and he'll put a few things on and he dresses up. So he definitely knows how to, but I think for games, he likes the relaxed fit, and that's one of them.
Yeah, he looked good. And then last, we've got DeMar Hamlin, like I said, back for the Steelers game back in his hometown, and we also had Von Miller as well. So love the Louis sweater that he had on.
That's real fly with the black and yellow too.
The black and yellow. He's got the jewelry on that just fits. It works.
D Ham's that guy. He stays with swag, and he just carries that with him. So I'm so happy to see him, and Vaughn too.
And this was from the Colts game.
That's from the Colts. Yeah, Vaughn can. Who's that on his shirt? Do you know?
Some country artist.
Yeah,
I want to say. I didn't look it up before, but I loved the shorts that he paired with the shirt and the bucket hat and the iced out jewelry around his neck.
Three or four chains on?
Yeah.
Oh, boys.
Yeah.
That's Vaughn though, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna always be at the top too. He's always gonna be at the him and Diggs every single week. And I can constantly say D Ham too. D Ham's gonna always put it on.
Yep. So I'm really excited to see what this looks like for the season, to see what you got in store for this season. Are we gonna step it up a notch?
Big Monday night.
We were out for the season.
I know.
We have a big Monday night.
I gotta come correct,
up.
huh? I gotta come correct. We'll see.
Here's a question for you. How early do these guys start planning their game day outfits, especially for that first game, knowing it's a Monday night game?
You would think that it'd be already be done, but I'm pretty sure that guys are last minute. It's a last minute thing. Okay. Yeah, it's like
some guys plan ahead, some guys are
like Monday night, and they come Wednesday, like, oh, what am I gonna wear? And say, hey, I need to hurry up and overnight something and try it on and do all that type of stuff. So I want to say it's a last minute thing.
Are you last minute with your outfits?
I can be.
You can be?
I can be, for sure.
Do we have an idea what we want to wear for Monday night yet, or no?
I got a few things, but I'm gonna keep it kind of low key and comfortable. But it's gonna pop a little bit.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a fun new teammate on this team. He was signed to the practice squad a few days ago. Christian Kirksey.
Where are we going with this?
You're like, who are we talking about? I have to ask you about him because he's a former college teammate. You guys played for 3 seasons together at the University of Iowa. I also think it's so crazy because he also overlapped with Jordan Poyer at the Browns. So you and Jordan have quite the connection. We know that. But in walks a guy like Christian Kirksey, who is a veteran who's heading into his 10th NFL season, I want to say. Yep. And he's on the practice squad right now. He said, I'm going to get in the playbook, I'm going to work hard, and we're going to see what happens. But when did you find out he would be coming to Buffalo? How excited are you?
Yeah, so I had a conversation with, look at him, 55, man. I'm so happy to see this guy here. Maddy, you have no idea. This is, it's like my little brother. My little brother. I get so happy speaking about him because he's such a good dude, comes from a great family, has an amazing family himself, 2 kids and a wife. Kendra, that's my little sister also. But not just 3 years in college, but once he came into the NFL, the off seasons consisted of us being in San Diego and just, being young and dumb and just doing whatever. So just to see him here, he actually knows a lot of people in the building, not just Poe and I, but he was in Houston with Shaq Lawson. Yep. He had Bobby Babich in Cleveland. He had Coach Al, and Cleveland also was his coach, and just an Iowa guy through and through. So I'm so happy to have him here in the building, and he can be annoying, he can get on my nerves a lot, but at the end of the day, I know what he could bring to this team, and he's a leader. He's been a Walter Payton Man of the Year. He's been a captain on every team he's ever been on. And I just know what he could bring to this football team. And, we're a football team that's trying to take it to that next step. So I know that he can push us there too.
So we already spoke about that week 1 game a little bit. I want to get into it even more. So week 1, Monday Night Football, September 11th against the New York Jets. The quarterback in the New York Jets happens to be a guy that you played with for a few seasons when you were with the Green Bay Packers from 2013 to 2016. It's Aaron Rodgers. He won MVP one of the seasons that you were there. It was 2014. You guys went 12-4 that year and made it into the playoffs. Won a game in the playoffs. NFC Championship game.
Oh, man.
That was a tough game.
You
guys lost in overtime.
Let's not bring that up.
We're not going to bring that up.
The onside kick, all that stuff.
But I bring that up to say you guys have history together. You've played together. You know what type of quarterback he is. So what type of guy do the Jets have in Aaron Rodgers now, and why are you looking forward to seeing him on the field come Monday night?
Obviously a Hall of Famer, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. Just the way he approaches the game is very unique. He doesn't ride the roller coaster. Just being with him for those years. I think the one year we might have been 4-6, and I think that's when he said, relax. And the media blew that up, and he told everyone, and we ended up winning like 8 straight or something like that. But
that's crazy.
Never too high, never too low. Always right there. Always trying to improve. Obviously a leader on his team, but I think on top of that, these guys are headed to a division rival. So I just think it's going to be fun to have to play these guys, 2, maybe 3 times a year.
Seriously.
And it's going to really test us. It's going to make us better. And so I'm excited for the opportunity to go out there and do it. And we're going to go out there and we're going to play. It's no friendly handshakes.
It's no, hey man, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
So excited to see you.
It's Monday night.
It's
Monday night
baby.
opener of the season. It's time to go.
Yeah, totally. Do you have any good Aaron Rodgers stories? Because he is just a character, and I think we've seen, especially him going through this off season and deciding, where am I going to play next? Am I retiring? Am I going to go to the Jets? What's going on with the Packers? Everybody who maybe wasn't a Packers fan or wasn't a part of the Packers at some point, I feel like really got to see Aaron Rodgers. Not in a different light, but really see who Aaron Rodgers was, because he was doing the Pat McAfee show every single week. He was doing this, he was doing that. He was going into the darkness to figure out what he wanted to do with his life. Do we have any fun stories from the 4 seasons that you were a part of the Packers?
Man, I don't think anything comes off the top of my head.
Is he the same guy that we saw on TV and everything like that?
Yeah,
type
definitely.
Of character
He's a prankster, goofy guy. I think that it's one of those situations where, you get drafted, you're a first round, kind of like, Josh's situation. He can't really, I guess 100% just step out and go to Target and not worry about
he's big time.
Yeah, he's big time. So you can't, it kind of, if I'm in their shoes, it can possibly get old. And I think sometimes, people get a bad rep for it, just kind of wanting to do their own things. And I think that's how Aaron Rodgers is. He just wants to do his own thing. He doesn't always want to be in front of the camera and stuff like that. So, I feel like that's kind of rubbed maybe the media the wrong way, but he's just a great dude. He's a great dude. He is all about his teammates, trying to make everybody better. And that's why I know that we're going to have to really play our A game to go out there and get a win on Monday night. Yeah,
the Jets have been building through the draft, and they've had pieces here and there, but when you add a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers to your team, the look of your team, what you can do completely changes.
Yeah, and a level of excitement. Guys around him are excited, and that's that presence that Josh Allen brings to our team. And so, it's going to be a hell of a matchup, and I'm glad the NFL made this a Monday night opener.
The AFC East, it's getting more intense.
Yeah.
It's competitive, but that means it's a lot more fun. You are a vet through and through. You've been through several seasons in the NFL now. I think we talked about in one of the first episodes, or maybe it was one of the last episodes we did, just everything you go through in an NFL season to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Here we are with a few days before the first game of the season, before everything starts again. How is the mindset going into a daunting, grueling, exhilarating, exciting season, knowing that it's September, and you're going to be on through February?
Yeah, it's we spoke about that the other day. The leaders of the team and all that, and I think that the best thing that came from that is just being present. You can think about February, you can think about the long-term goals of winning a Super Bowl and all that type of stuff, but you can't dismiss the ups and downs, the obstacles, the roller coasters that you go through all through the season. I think when I think about that, it gives me just so much anxiety. 11th season, knowing how tough it is. So I think just from here on out, we're just trying to take it one day at a time. Just be where your feet are. Right here, I'm with you on this show talking about football, and anything after this, I'll get to when I get to it. But just being present, being in the moment. As far as teammates go, loving on each other, learning about each other, because ultimately that's going to make our team better, and just taking it one step at a time.
You have this group for at least 1 year. We didn't know if Jordan Poyer was going to be on this team in the off season. He thankfully is. I know you're ecstatic about that. You've got Taron Johnson, you've got Tre'Davious White, who's feeling more confident and who's feeling ready to go back to his all-pro self.
Yeah.
You've got Dane Jackson, you've got Kyer in the fold, you've got Christian Benford in the fold, but you've really got that core group of guys that I think this is probably your 5th season together, I want to say, with Taron Johnson, 5th or 6th.
6th with Taron, yeah.
6th with Taron.
Yep,
so you, Poe, Trey, and Taron, that core group. What does it mean to know that you guys have at least 1 more year together?
It means the world. It means the world, it really does. Not knowing what Poe's situation is going to be, and honestly not knowing, last year when we spoke about, my injury and if I was going to make it back, and obviously slowly it was kind of happening, but just to be with these guys again, and we joke a lot, we make fun of each other a lot. There's a lot of pranks that we do to each other within the days of work, but I can ultimately say, I love every second just being with them. It's truly remarkable. Poe, there's not anybody in this world I would rather work with each and every day, and being on the field with him, making calls, making adjustments, and stuff like that. I trust him with my life. I know that Poe is going to be where he needs to be, and on top of that, he's going to be helping me out. And I like to say it's vice versa. And obviously with Tre'Davious, Taron, CB, Dane, just Kyer, everybody, we got a special relationship that is building, and I'm so excited to have another year together.
Do you find yourself as a veteran being able to savor those moments more, and being able to, like you said, be where your feet are, and not take too much time reflecting, but take time being in the moment and savoring the moments that you have left?
100%. I feel that because even being out of the game last year, and kind of watching, those guys go on the field and doing what they do and work and stuff like that, it kind of opened my eyes up to, well, how many more snaps do you have? And so I do cherish each and every day, and I wake up and I come in here with an intense amount of gratitude, just because I know how thankful I am to be able to, number one, be back on the field, but number two, be in this building around a bunch of awesome individuals, whether if it's, Sean McDermott, going all the way up to Bean and his staff, to all the players, to, you got Melanie and Miss Cat and Ann and, Nadine and everybody in the cafeteria room, Marcus, Dale, all those type of people. And then, you got the people up in the mail room with Eric and John and Rick and those type of, so it's just so many people around the organization that you just, encounter each and every day, that I really am blessed to have relationships and be able to share the days with them.
One more question for you. What can we expect from a healthy Micah Hyde, who's got the freshest legs? I'm telling you guys, the freshest legs. He had all off season to get back, get ready. You were at a point last year where you were ready to go if the Bills were going to keep playing.
And
you
that's
had
crazy
the
to think
entire
about.
off season. So you've got. Have you ever had fresher legs?
Never.
A fresher neck, a fresher leg?
Never in my life have I ever been more excited to go out there and play, for sure. I feel good. We started the 23 and 23 back. 23 and 23. Back January 1st, and we're here now. Wasn't able to accomplish that last season, but we're here now, and I'm excited for it. I'm ready to get back out there and knock a little. I wouldn't say rust.
There's no rust.
There's no rust because that's what training camp's for. But just get out there and just run around, have fun, and play with my guys. Yep.
I cannot wait. It's right around the corner, Micah. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down before you are back in it, before the eyes are on the prize, and that's week by week making it to the playoffs, winning that AFC East. That's always your goal.
Yep.
And the best way to do that is to win your division, to
Yep.
get into the playoffs, to
For
be
sure.
in that hunt. But it starts with week 1,
Mhm.
and then week 2, and then week 3. Like you said, it's a week-by-week mentality
Yes.
from here on out.
Yes.
So we appreciate it. We want to say good luck in that
Thank you.
first game. And,
Thank you.
hey, we're here cheering for you.
All right. If I have some free time, I'll stop back
Yeah,
in here.
please do. Please do.
Will do. Thanks for having me.
Love it. Thanks, Micah.